Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I am here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you when I'm talking to them. May say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the past, present, or the future. Just take the parts that resonate and leave everything else behind. If you would like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. Also, if you're new here, or newer, because I haven't been announcing this, my readings do tend to reach into the future just a little bit. So if you go back into my archives, maybe like 6 to 8 months, you may find some titles back there that resonate more for you now in the present. Not sure how that works, but that's how it's been working. So go back there and see if you can find something that hits for you now. Alright guys, so let's jump in. Hope everybody is doing good, feeling good, had a good night's sleep. No school today, I got all my kids at home. Happy Veterans Day for those of you who served our country. And happy 11/11 portal for those of y'all who believe in it. Alright, let's get into it and see what Spirit wants to talk about today. Ooh. I like it. I actually like this energy. Initially, when I first laid the first 3 cards, what I was getting off of this is like, as we're going into these new cycles, you're not feeding anything or giving to anything, a cause, a person, a relationship situation, whatever. I feel like you're no longer giving things or giving energy to things that don't make you happy. Like, you're just not, you don't have time for it. And I think by doing that, by taking actions that only align with your happiness, it's kind of like when I say, like, if what you have in front of you isn't part of, which is why it's so important to understand what your 10 of Cups is. I'm going to keep on preaching this, because the sooner you like fully embrace and understand what your 10 of Cups is, it allows you to easier align with the things that line up with that desire, those desires. Like that, I mean, okay, it's 11/11. Today's a good day to manifest, right? So, at least that's what they say. Everybody's 10 of Cups is different, and their vision of what the 10 of Cups looks like is going to be different. Like I always say, I know what my 10 of Cups is. And it might have taken me a little while to recognize that all of the elements of what I was trying to create for myself had kind of fallen into place, right? Because I think it's subtle. I don't think it's just like bam overnight and everything you get everything you want all at once. I think it's more subtle. I think having an understanding of what those things are, what it is that you want, so that you can reject anything that doesn't align with what's on that list of things that you need to have in your life in order to be happy and fulfilled and to feel emotionally satiated, like you've got it all, right? I feel like by making those certain decisions, like withdrawing from or no longer feeding things that don't reciprocate the same energy back to you, or at least at minimum they don't bring any kind of pleasure to you, you're not wasting any more time feeding those situations. I think you are currently working towards making positive changes in your life. You might be a little impatient. There could be a little impatience. I know some people, and I just, because I see the comments and folks are like, okay, at one point are we gonna move past like these stories or whatever? I mean, these stories come out because these folks are still in our energy. So I mean, we don't really have a whole lot of control over that. And we can only really control the way we respond to it by just ignoring it if you can. But like I said, there is energy here. And since the energy is here about this impatience, like, okay, I'm ready for this new cycle, I'm impatient. The thing is about staying really focused on only the things that you want in your life, only focusing on the things that you do want, not on the things that you don't want. Because the more you focus on what you don't want, that's exactly what you're going to get, okay? Oh. Okay. So, okay. So, part of the dilemma. Okay, we're going to go back to talking about this impatience. I know some of y'all ain't gonna like this. Evidently, you're not ready. Because that's part of the dilemma. Like, you're waiting for things to kind of like line up, right? Poised is in the reverse. You're not ready. And it's connected to chop wood, which means there's more work that needs to be done. And I feel like some people are already starting to try, they're already kind of, I don't want to say, like, initially the word that I heard was defeated. I'm not receiving it that way, though, because defeated sounds really heavy. For those of you who are impatient and tired, I know. And I'm saying that as somebody who's been going through it for a really long time. And it took a long time to kind of get to where I am now. It took a long time. So when you hear tarot readers talk about the Knight of Pentacles being the slowest moving knight of the deck, child, it took years. Several years for my own personal readings for that knight to turn into the queen and then into the king. Like, it took years. It took years, right? Because, and I don't want you to feel, because I can tell that you're struggling with going with the flow. And the way, I'll give it to you the way that I received it when I first got this message. Like, I was anxious back in 2018, 2019 when I was going through it. I was like, okay, when are we getting to the good shit? when is that happening? And looking back now, I can say I would not have been prepared for even some of the good things that are happening in my life right now, or some of the things that I've accomplished. I would not have been prepared to deal with any of those things had I not just taken my time and really put in the groundwork, not just in my healing, but also the groundwork in all of my endeavors. Like, I think when I first launched my paint business, and for those of y'all who are kind of new here, I'm a paint instructor. I left corporate America in 2017 and launched my own business. But the way that I went about it was all wrong. And while the decisions that I made were incredibly hasty and lacked a whole lot of thought and preparation, my intentions were good. And I knew what I wanted to accomplish. I just didn't go about it in the right order. And so I understand, looking back, why none of that worked out the way that I had anticipated it to work out. I'm actually glad that it didn't, because it brought me to where I am now. I'm glad that it didn't work out. But there's something here for you that is going to require a little more. And I don't want to, I mean, go the distance in the reverse with Chopwood tells me that there's more effort that needs to be applied, a little bit more time that needs to be taken, other things that need to be addressed. And then you're going to have, because the thing is that what you don't understand is, or maybe that's a piece, a component that might be missing for you, is that the intentionality behind whatever the endeavor is, the goal, whatever the goal is, what are your intentions behind trying to achieve this goal? And I feel like if you can really keep, and this is about really keeping your eye on the prize, if you know exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish, and you're making small gains, and sometimes it will divert you off the path. I ain't gonna lie, I've been diverted off the path a couple of times, but I didn't look at those diversions as bad things. I felt like they were learning experiences that kind of helped give me a little bit better footing to truly understand what it is that I do, how I do it. Because everybody, yesterday's reading, I made a comment about how, I never really look at people as competition, because I feel like there's enough for everybody. Like, especially in the business world, child, there's enough for everybody. But the thing is that not everybody does what you do the way that you do it. So, and that's how I look at my own work. Like, initially when I started doing tarot on my channel, I didn't intend for this to be a tarot channel, but when I started doing tarot, recording it, I felt really intimidated because there were all these other readers that are just doing phenomenal work, but it also allowed me to find my own voice, figure out what my niche was, and made me lean in a more authentic way, like more in reading more authentically to my style and the way that I interpret the cards. I just saw 12:12 on the clock. But all of those things took time. They took time, and so sometimes when I look back at some of my like early videos, they're very cringy for me. I don't show my face. I just show the cards, but they're really cringy for me because I can tell just by, it doesn't invalidate the reading, but I can tell when I'm listening, just because I know myself, I'm listening to it. It doesn't feel authentic. Those early recordings didn't feel authentic, and I think it was because I was still holding back a lot, because I know that my style of reading is different than most traditional readers. I'm a channeler. That's what I do. I didn't have a word for it for a really long time. I didn't have a word for it. But that's what I do. So, whatever this is that you are trying to work towards, in bringing it all together, there is a specific area that you're struggling with because it's not coming together fast enough, but you're also not quite ready. You're not quite ready. But I also don't want you to give up. There is a need with To the Sea. This is very like surrender, right? You don't have any control over, and I always say that about Mercury retrograde. Whenever Mercury goes retrograde, like, we don't have control over the shit that happens out external to us. We only have control over the way that we respond to things. And so just because things aren't happening in your timing, remember, things happen in divine timing, not our timing. So just because things aren't happening in your time doesn't mean that you're not making progress. Every step you take counts, okay? So don't give up. And remember the why. Remember why you initiated or why you started it in the first place, okay? All right, what's the lesson? Funny, when my husband sends me little astrology things, he don't know shit about astrology. He just sent me something crazy, and I want to tell him that ain't real. Okay. The lesson. Ooh. Okay. I think I know who this is for. This feels like part of the lesson. There's something here that has to do with faith, the lack thereof, and restoring your faith. Okay. It's kind of like when I say, and I know I've heard myself say it, like if you say you manifest something and then what you get is not really what you want, you can always go back and start over, manifest, start from scratch, go back to the drawing board and do it again, right? So this lesson, I'm trying to figure out a way to connect that dot from the statement I just made. So the lesson has a lot to do with, because over here, I feel the impatience. Things ain't, they're not coming together the way that you want them to. The one fundamental thing that we know is we're no longer extending ourselves or giving energy to people and things and situations that do not make us happy. We are actively working towards fulfilling change in our life. Now, the timing of that change, again, is a divine timing thing. So you got to release the reins and just say, okay. Because the thing is that God needs time, child. Your spirit team, your ancestors, God, the angels, they need time to orchestrate things. Once you've determined what it is that you want and what it is that you need, you got to give it some time, because the shit is not going to happen overnight. Things have to be orchestrated in a very careful way. So it's like, certain things got to go, whether they're habits or people. You got to, and sometimes you can't just pick up and be done. Like, it doesn't, some instances, yes, you can, and others you can't. You have to, there's like, you got to do certain things. There's certain steps that have to be taken before you can kind of extract yourself from certain people. And then there's the waiting, but it's not really waiting, like, if you're doing the practical steps, and this is the reason why, I don't pay attention to the timing of when things happen. I just keep my eye on the prize. I'm focused on my goals. I pick up new goals along the way, but I'm focused on the goal, and I don't really worry about how long it takes me to accomplish the goal, as long as I'm just moving forward and going towards it. Every day, one step counts. If you took no steps and had an expectation of something panning out for you, obviously that's not going to happen. But if you take a step every day, I just saw 1818, if you take a step, even if you took one step a day, it gets you closer to the end result than taking no steps. Okay, so all of this has kind of been orchestrated. This is bringing somebody back to faith, because I feel here somebody is losing a sense of faith. They want to give up. Somebody here, I'm talking to somebody, and where you are on this timeline, because we're all on different timelines. I'm talking to somebody who wants things to come together, but is almost on the verge of giving up because it's not happening. It ain't happening fast enough. It's not happening fast enough. So that also means in that, because when you're at the point of giving up, you've lost your faith. You've lost the faith that, kind of steers the ship. And so I feel like all of this, like, you are getting a second chance at life. Okay? Regeneration. While it is my reconciliation card, the way that it lays out, this isn't talking about reconciliation. This is talking about a rebirth, a new life. And the very first card out was new life. So you want a new life of peace, right? You want this new life, a new version of you, to come with peace. And come with peace that you didn't have in dealing with whatever you were dealing with, right? You are on the verge. I'm talking to someone who's on the verge of giving up, and all God is asking you to do is to have a little bit more patience and have faith. You have not been abandoned. Like, I almost want to cry. Like, I can feel it. I'm like, okay, Lucky's making noises. I'm like, I almost want to cry. Like, it feels very much like somebody feels abandoned by God. And I'm here to tell you that that's not actually the case. Hold on. Somebody feels abandoned by God. Okay. Let's look at the rest of the cards. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like the energy, the way that the energy is looking. There are things, because what this feels like, it kind of feels like there are blessings that are, I don't know, they don't feel present, like they're coming. It doesn't feel like it's like, I don't feel like right in the present, like it's right now, but it feels like it's coming, because I don't think that you see this. I'm kind of getting the impression that you don't see this coming. Neither do, now if you've got people that are around you that kind of make you feel like an outsider child, they don't see it either. It's kind of weird, because I see these blessings that are here for you, and I don't think, like I said, I don't think you're expecting them, but I don't think these people are expecting them either. They're not expecting that either. Oh, are you thinking about moving your car? Sorry. I don't think so. Because normally the street, I mean, go look outside. If you see anybody else that's parked on the street, then don't move it. But if they've all moved their cars, then move your car. Downside to everybody being home on Tuesday. Street sweeping day. What's the word? Oh, okay. No street sweeping. They might come tomorrow then, but I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we might not get street sweeping at all this week. Anyhow. So part of the dilemma, I think, is it's interesting. You've chosen, I feel like you're doing something, or whatever this is that you're trying to, have come into alignment. You might be doing something that's a little unorthodox, or like a little outside of the norm. And yeah, like you're getting ready, like almost like on the verge of giving up, somebody wanting to give up, not wanting to go the distance, and really strongly considering moving away from something. I'm just telling you, the main reason why things aren't coming into your existence right now is, one, it's not time yet, because you're not ready. There's more work that needs to be done, so don't give up. Rely on your faith. I just heard come back to God. Come back to God and your inner knowing. Because I kind of feel like you're being pushed in a direction that is far more in alignment than whatever you've been doing. I literally don't know who I'm talking to or what I'm talking about at this moment. I might also be talking to someone here who, because I have, I'm reading for a bunch of people. And I know every now and then, relationship stuff does come up. I'm kind of talking to somebody here who may be facing some type of breakdown in a relationship. It's like, and when I look at the lesson, I do look at the lesson, I go back and look at what the current energy is, because all of these things are tied, right? If the thing that you've been giving to, and say if it is a relationship, right? Say you've been actively giving to a relationship and it doesn't really make you happy, it doesn't feel very, it's not very fulfilling. It makes you feel very ungrounded or whatever. I heard get out of your head. It feels like a lot of rumination. Okay, so if you and a partner, like say you're partnered or you're with somebody, you're in an unhappy relationship, because I can see that. You're in an unhappy relationship, right? Part of this lesson, I think there's some rumination about, kind of like Two of Wands energy, like should I stay or should I go, right? And I don't know. All of this feels very much like needing to lean into your trust in the divine. Like, that requires surrender. It requires surrender. It requires a really great deal of surrender where you're able to just be like, all right, God, I don't know what I'm doing. Take the wheel and I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you handle it. And I'm just here for the ride. And even when the ride gets uncomfortable, I'm still here for the ride. And I'm picking up all the experiences along the way. Don't focus on, like, if I'm talking to you who is in a bad relationship or a relationship that's no longer it doesn't feel very fulfilling. This person ain't really your ride or die. You can tell that they're not your ride or die. Because it's giving me the energy of somebody who is not, this ain't a supportive person. This is not like, this ain't that. I'm talking to somebody who's partnered with somebody, and doesn't even have to be romantic, okay? Because soulmates aren't always romantic. It doesn't have to be romantic at all. But you have somebody in your life that is not that supportive of you. They're not the ride or die. And I think there's too much focus on this particular relationship. I want you to put all that focus back onto yourself, okay? Put that focus on yourself. Let God take care of it. All right, let's clarify. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Remember when I said, I was like, somebody here is impatient, that things aren't coming together fast enough, and it's causing somebody some anxiety. The kicker part is, when I said divine time, it's funny. I said it before it even jumped out here, but I'm like, it's divine timing, literally. It's divine timing. There may also be something here, like part of this, whatever part of the journey you're on. I mean, and really, let's be honest. Most of the stuff that we're doing, the shadow work, the integration, all that stuff, you got to do it by yourself. So I wouldn't really, I can't imagine that I'm talking to somebody who has issues with having to do it alone. Not in my collective. But the cards are saying the same thing. It's like, I've orchestrated things to be this way because you're not quite ready. You're not in the space that I need you to be in order to give you, like, the blessings are here. They're available. They're ready. But the thing is you got to get ready for the blessings so the blessings can be ready for you. Does that make sense? Because it ain't over. It ain't over. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so this aligns with what I was saying. Like, there's still more practical work with building blocks out here in the upright. There's more practical. I like this angle because it's like, you can tell this whole section mirrors this section down here. It talks about, like, you might get some information. I don't know. Usually message in a bottle, when it's in the upright, it's like a message that comes from parts unknown, you know, just like in the old movies. Somebody scribbled something on a piece of paper and scrolled it up, you know, rolled it up and stick it in a bottle and chuck it out into the, you know, the ocean, and whoever gets it, and we don't know where it came from. You might get some information about this soulmate. I don't know who this is. Remember, it's not always romantic, but, you know, if it is. But you may get some information that is about this soulmate or about the connection, or it's like information about, because I already see the relationship is a little bit fractured. There's something in it. There's some fracturing there. But this kind of feels like getting some information about the breakdown of this relationship. I'm trying to figure out what the soulmate has to do with it, because it definitely feels like there's more work. This aligns with this part here. Like, there's more work that's necessary. Like, you're gonna see, and even if it's like, if you've been focusing so much on, like, say, this particular relationship. Again, I don't know what relationship this is for you, but if you have been spending way more time being focused on that relationship or the fracturing of said relationship, you're going to, or what you're supposed to be recognizing is your focus on this relationship is preventing you from doing the work, the groundwork, the foundational work that you need. This is the reason why you're not ready. Like, this is the reason why you're not ready for these blessings down here. Yes, we're working towards this new life. You're impatient because things ain't moving fast enough. They're not moving fast enough because your focus isn't on the goal. You have removed your eye from the goal. Now you out here cockeyed because you got your eye on this situation and not on the goal. Oh, I forgot. School's out, so that means my neighbor's kids are home too. To close my office window. Hey, okay. I love when this happens. So part of the lesson. I love it. Look at that. Let me get one more, please. Oh. I'll take them both. Look at that. I'm like, I'm not even sure how to lay that last card because it was one card too many. Okay, so here's the lesson. You took your eye off the prize. And part of the lesson here was, it's kind of like, I never imagined that I could be so peaceful, or I could restore my own peace, if I stop giving to things that are not for me, which are these relationships that may be one-sided, that you're not getting any benefit from. It's like, I mean, really, that's what it is. You've already determined, I don't want to give to anything that doesn't make me happy, or it's not, it's not a fair exchange, so I'm not giving to anything that's taking away from my happiness, right? But you still got to focus on this relationship, whatever this relationship is. And because you've been focusing on that, you haven't been doing the work that needs to be done, right? The lesson is to recognize that once you stop focusing on this relationship, once you stop putting in effort and work to this relationship, you will restore, because happiness is an inside job, right? When you stop pouring into things and people that don't pour back into you, you reclaim what's yours. All right. Let's clear these cards and go into tarot. I was like, I was going to keep on going, but I want to go into tarot. Let's see what else is out there. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload new videos or go live, whenever that is. Like, whenever that is. Let's use this deck. And I do have a couple of announcements. Oh, it's 12:55 on my clock. My phone is at 99% on 11/11. Child. I've been seeing synchronicity since I opened my eyes this morning. That just lets me know I'm completely in alignment. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Alright. One more time. This is a really big deck. Yes. Okay, so this further solidifies what I was just talking about. It's like learning how to let go of certain things so that you can move forward. Yes. Especially if you've been like kind of giving to situations that don't seem to change. Yeah, because when you give to thing, and when you've been giving to the things that don't change, you are the one who always ends up hurt. You always end up hurt. I love this. So and I don't know if you feel like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. This is crazy. Wait, that's the Chariot, and that's the Chariot to the Chariot. The Death card to the Death card, but they're both in the reverse. So listen. There is still this window of opportunity for you to focus on. Because like I said, if at one point you were pouring into and giving to connections and relationships that didn't pour back into you, you were always one who ended up hurt. You always ended up being hurt. So I think for you, the learning curve was to learn to stop. I think because you were prioritizing your energy towards these things, people, relationships, situations that refuse to change and evolve, right? They're not evolving. It doesn't matter how much energy you pour into it, how much, attention you give it, it ain't changing, right? And for you, I think you had to learn there is this battle between you and, like I said, you always end up hurt. Look at this strength card. That's you on the ground, getting bit by the lion. Oh, I like this. I like the way, let's see. Yeah, because then you started feeling kind of, that's what it was. You were feeling defeated because your ego had you under the belief that you could manage all of it simultaneously. And again, you were the one who kept getting hurt. Now there's an interesting energy out here of learning how to it's like I feel like you still show up as your transparency. You still show up with this level of transparency that it's such an interesting energy, because I do feel like you still continue, but you control who you pour into. You have control over that. You have control over who you pour into. You don't have to pour into everyone. Okay? But you absolutely have to release the things that are hurting you. You have to. And on one hand, I said there's like one hand there's the confidence that I can do all of this. I can run my own show. I'm smart. I got all the tools. I can run my own show. I can mother my children. I can, wife the husband. I can be the doting daughter. I can be the awesome daughter-in-law. It's like, you've got all these like titles or whatever. But of that, at what point do you determine that you're pouring in, at what point do you finally admit that you're pouring into like a cup with a hole and a crack? Stop pouring into that cup and start pouring into the other cups, right? There's a smell, and I'm like looking all over my office because I can't identify where. I don't think it's coming from in here. It's not coming from my altar offerings. At least I don't think so. Oh! That must be my daughter. Yesterday when my daughter came home from school, she said something like, oh, it smells good in here. And I was like trying to figure out what was she smelling. It's my candles. I'm like, what is that smell? Like, I don't really use scented candles. And these aren't scented, they're like spell candles, but I dress my own candles, so there's like, you know, oils and stuff in there. That's what that is. Like, I can totally smell it. Ma'am, I'm talking to Divine Feminine. I'm talking to Divine Feminine. The people in the situations that you don't have, like I said, you only have control over yourself and how you respond to things. If you got somebody kind of in the mix that you're dealing with who continuously hurts you, no matter what you do to try to bring or restore balance to the dynamic, you have to let them go. You have to let them go. You have to be willing to surrender them. I don't think I'm gonna have to do too much convincing, because I kind of feel like you're already there. But I'm talking to somebody here who has really sacrificed a lot in order to be in connection with certain people. Like, this isn't cool. Yeah, I feel like it's fine. Like, once you come to the realization. Interesting. Page of Wands to the Page of Wands in the upright to the Page of Wands in the reverse. Hold on. Oh, I like. Okay. Okay, so I actually like this one line because it kind of feels like when you finally realize the power that you have in your abilities, your skills, your tools, in your little toolbox. Like, I'm talking to somebody here. I'm telling you, the moment you release whatever this is, stop juggling it, stop being stop being cockeyed, and stop trying to focus on this other relationship, whatever that's, because this person's a soulmate. So whoever that person is, stop focusing on that and put your focus back on the thing that is really important. Because no, I know you would like to think that you can do it all. You cannot. You cannot. Not at this time. Okay. But I do feel like for me, this here feels like, this absolutely feels like some good news. Good news of an opportunity, a fresh start, some abundance. And I like abundance in all forms. Let's see. Because now I'm looking at the diagonals. Yes, and then remember when I said, like, you have a choice in who you pour into, and then in order for you to do that, like, you have to release maybe somebody who is actually hurting you, but do it from a grounded space. Do it from a grounded space where your logic and your emotions are all in sync with one another. Okay, don't make the like this isn't something that you're gonna make like a jump snap decision. You know, I wouldn't even really feed whatever that is that hurts you. I don't know. It's very disturbing to see, like, the imagery on these cards are like, whatever this is that you keep holding, that you've been juggling and trying to hold on to. I'm like looking at it in two different, and it's all connected to you. It just hurts you. And for me, this line kind of talks about you learning how to stand in your own authority. You can be abundant in yourself, like in your own happiness. Like you can be abundant and happy. Even if circumstances are a little weird and you can't actually make the exit, because I kind of see like you want to make an exit, but maybe timing's a little off or whatever. Don't get down on yourself and don't feel defeated. You have everything. And don't let this person or situation, whoever this is that hurts you, don't let them say things to you. Like, I want you to be able to... I'm like, on one hand, I rather enjoy cussing folks out, but if I need to. But, I'm like, don't do that. Like, there's a way to effectively communicate what you need to say. I am getting an energy here that the confidence is a little... the confidence is a little... because your emotions are like... I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like there's a... Oh, you know what this feels like? It's like... because I'm not looking at this energy as like... I mean, I can go down that road, but I'm trying not to. This kind of looks like somebody who is... it's like keeping secrets. Oh, Lord. And not bad. I mean, like keeping secrets, but not in a bad way. This is like keeping a secret of your plans. There's a weird undercurrent. A weird undercurrent of emotions. I don't know what those emotions are. I don't know if it's excitement. It doesn't necessarily feel like excitement, but there's just like this undercurrent of there's an undercurrent of emotions. There's an undercurrent emotions about something that you're doing. This is a really... oh my God, my stomach. Yes, I'm hungry. I don't know if you heard that on the mic. Like I didn't eat breakfast this morning. I opted to lay in bed instead. Okay. Yeah, it's like you've been distracted. Oh, it's funny. I've never noticed this in this card. I think you've been distracted. That's part of the reason why you've been juggling something. You've been distracted. Okay, and that's in this sector here. So yeah, you've been distracted. You've been focusing on the thing that hurts you and not the thing that is going to make you happy or get you paid. So I don't know who I'm talking to today. But the reality, and the reality is whoever this person is, I'm telling you, they have no intentions of changing. There is no intention of change there. Whoever this person is, really immature. Really immature. They act on impulse. And then the energy that I get, it's kind of like this person, they act on impulse. I want to say they do things to kind of, because this whole row right here kind of looks like somebody doing things or saying things to make you feel a sense of defeat. Like I'm telling you, their whole goal is just really to hurt you. And it's like, and if you okay, now say something happens and there's a disappointment and they know about it. Follow me. You have something happen to you. It's a disappointment for you and someone else knows about it. Your ops, they know about it, right? This almost feels like somebody going out of their way to pour salt in the wound just to fuck with you. Because let me tell you, what this feels like is somebody trying to wound you in a way that you wouldn't be able to move on, but they know the truth. Like they can see, they see it because it's being illuminated here with the sun, how much You are in your power. They can see how much you're in your power. They see, especially if this is over here when I said, remember when I said like you have the power to pour into whomever you want. You don't have, like, this one relationship that hurts you, you don't have to pour into that person. What this person can see is this feels like you're pouring into other people. That's interesting, because it does feel like you're still able to, regardless of how this person has tried to hurt you, no matter how much this person has tried to like knock you off your square, you still have all of these you have this abundant energy that's around you. I just actually see this as a way of somebody trying to keep you from moving on. Even if I have to hurt you to make you stay. Jesus. Okay. Yes, I like it. Okay, I like this better. Erecting your boundaries. Okay, I hadn't considered. I was just looking at the title of the card, not so much the imagery. I wasn't looking at the imagery. So, okay, so this card is Temperance, but it has imagery that is kind of like the Lover's card. I'm like, it's kind of like the Lover's card, kind of like the Star card and the Temperance card. I'm like, there's all these elements. And kind of like the Judgment card. Okay, since I'm talking to Divine Feminine, you may be connected to someone who... Oh, was it this? Oh, this was here. Yes, I said it. You've been pouring into somebody who, and yep, these are the same people on this card. So you've been pouring into someone, crazy. You have been pouring into somebody who just takes. They take. And whoever this person is, they do act on impulse because they act on their emotions. Their actions, whoever this person is that you're dealing with, they act on emotions. You are, I want to say, between the two of you, you are the grounded one. You are the grounded one. This person just takes. And I said they don't change. They're not changing. They're not interested in change. Now, coming down, and that's part of the reason why there's like this weird imbalance between you. Like, you have the adaptability for growth and change. The person you're dealing with doesn't exactly have a desire to change. They don't want to change. They think they're fine. And so you have to erect certain boundaries. At some point you stop. It's like, okay, I'm done talking. There's no more talking here. I'm done. I'm erecting these boundaries. And I'm going to let go of the thing that's hurting me. And I'm going to focus on only pouring in to people who actually help facilitate that forward momentum for me. We like it. Oh. Okay. Now, I heard leaving money on the table. I mean, I know what that means, but I don't know what that means for you. Leaving money on the table. If that means something, let me know in the comments. It's crazy because I see where you're erecting these boundaries, right? Oh, look at that. I love the way these cards connect. Wow. I love how these cards connect. Okay. So, now you got your boundaries up. I'm a little worried for this person. I'm worried for somebody here. Because this right here tells me you might be communicating some things. It's all in your row. You might be communicating some things. I'm getting a bunch of different images in my head. I heard closed door, closed book. Closed door, closed book. Don't know what that means, but the way that I received it, it's kind of like you're gonna say something here because the person that you're dealing with, I love how these cards connect. Okay, so the person that keeps hurting you, very immature. Very immature, okay? I do feel a little bit of apprehension. This is a conflicting energy for me because here it feels like you are apprehensive to speak your mind or say something, because I do believe that whatever this is that you communicate, that you need to communicate, it will absolutely put an end to this relationship. It would definitely be the end. It would be the end. Now, there is a thing. Okay, because I'm like this whole world. I'm looking at the way the cards are all, you know me. I like to look at the way that they're lined up and diagonal and what they look like in a circle and who we're talking about. Okay, so just the bottom row definitely feels like you're erecting boundaries. Like I said, you have abundant new starts that are like, right here. No more talking because we know this person's not going to heal. The cycle with this person is actually over, okay? But going this way definitely tells me that you're going to communicate some stuff. You're going to say something. And as somebody who has Aries and Mercury, I'm all for burning shit down. You're going to say some things that may actually close the book, shut the door kind of thing. But there is an energy here that you may have to, it may require us, starting over. Like, so, well, I'll use a hypothetical. Like, say if you're married or something like that and you're kind of in a weird, your marriage is whatever. You're not happy, you're trying to pursue something, but you've got all this shit going on at home and it kind of distracts you from focusing on what you need to focus on, right? Focus on your stuff, your thing, not the marriage or the relationship, right? If there's something you've been holding back on, that you've been wanting to unload, like I said, I do see this apprehension because you're kind of like, if I unload, it's definitely going to cause me some issues. I might have to start over. I might have to figure some stuff out, right? I just realized this is the 8. But it's definitely like the thing about it is, if you've been dealing with this person or this situation for a long period of time, it lacks that sense of abundance. And because you've been dealing with somebody who's immature, you may have also been dealing, this person has also been like, I want to say like maybe they haven't really been putting in the kind of effort in your connection that they should have. Oh, I absolutely love these cards. And I want to tell you, just based on, it's like when you can surrender the things that don't change. And just this line right here, as it's connected to the Divine Feminine, at the very top, at the very bottom is the Hierophant. And even though this is the Page of Cups, it's still the Temperance Angel, okay? So, for me, this definitely feels very much like, go back to the very first spread. It's like, despite what you got going on, literally lean into your faith. Come back to, this is like literally, come back to God. This whole section. Come back to God. Stop focusing on the things and the people that hurt you, that don't make you feel whole, that don't make you feel good, that don't say good things to you, that don't say nice things to you, that aren't very supportive. And go back to source. And I'm not some like religious woo-woo girl. I am not. There was a period of my life that I didn't actually even say the word God, because I was so, like, when I first got into my spirituality, I was very much channeling into the Divine Feminine energy, so everything was goddess related. And recognizing the goddess as God's consort, and everything has to have, polarity. Everything has to have yin and yang. It's not just this linear, for me it's not. But really, that's all this whole thing has been about. Despite everything that you have gone through and what you've been through, to understand that the folks that you've been dealing with, the people that have been hurting you the most, they're not going to change. No amount of your effort is ever going to make them change. So stop allowing them to hurt you, and stop focusing on these people. Stop giving to them. Stop giving them attention. Stop thinking about it, and give it back to God. Oh, look at that. Okay, this feels like peace of mind to me. Yes, and I love this Seven of Cups, because this is you making the right choice. Choosing the right cup. That's the cup you're supposed to be choosing. Alright, so let's talk about this. So, by you erecting these boundaries, and like I said, whatever you have to say that you've been kind of holding back a little bit, you've been holding back. You've been holding back. It's going to cause an ending. It's going to cause an ending. There is an energy out here of, it's funny because initially when I look at the cards, I'm looking at the imagery, and I know the imagery, but when I look at the the title or the number on the card, I'm like, oh damn, this is not even the card that I think it is. It's not even the card that I thought it was. Doesn't really change the impact of my interpretation though. But I can definitely tell. Okay, so you know what's really interesting? This is an energy of somebody, I don't know if this is you communicating it, because I kind of feel like you're identifying something. Down here feels like the identification of somebody who has not been... Okay, so this looks like, I think, what did I say yesterday? I said something about somebody needing to feel needed, right? Making conditions in your life, because I kind of get that here. It's like this, and maybe this is your realization of that, right? Like this is like, because I kind of feel like there's a visual component to this where you're kind of coming out of a fog and you're like, wait, is that what's been happening? It's kind of like, yeah, that's crazy. It's like they wanted your progress to be stalled so that you would be unhappy. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a drinking issue or you're dealing with somebody with a drinking issue, because I'm looking at this for myself and I'm like, okay, what does this mean? Because I'm not in that energy. Like, I don't think this reading is for me. I'm not in this energy, and I haven't been in this energy in a really long time. I'm like, total transparency, I was a complete alcoholic in my 40s. I want to say like probably the first 4 or 5 years of my 40s, my late 30s, and into my early 40s. Total alcoholic. Total alcoholic. I can kind of see where somebody wants you in a state of unhappiness to like drive you to that point. But it kind of feels like, this energy feels like, if I don't support you, and this could be financial too. If I don't support you financially, or if I'm not even just reciprocal in the energy, that you won't actually move forward, or I will slow your ability to move forward in order to root somewhere else. Yes, because it's the same person that hurt you. Yes. Okay. But then here, this almost feels like this person, it's because, I wish I could communicate. I'm like Mercury retrograde. I wish I could communicate this better, because I see two very different things. On one hand, I see where somebody may have withheld like certain support or level of support or even resources, but they did it in order to keep you from moving forward or blocking your progress, right? I feel like somebody just wanted to make you sad, have you riddled with disappointment and unable to move forward. Excuse me, affecting your confidence, right? Trying to affect your confidence, because if they can affect your confidence, then you won't go nowhere. You won't actually make any moves, right? But here's the thing. After you communicate this thing, after you communicate whatever this is, I don't know what it is you're going to say. Could have something to do with their lack of support. Could have something to do with, other people that they may have been entertaining, or the position that they may have been trying to put you in. Because I also get an energy of, they want to feel needed. This energy right here feels like, I need to feel needed. I need you to need me. I need you to be codependent on me. And then they are kind of freaking out because there's a realization. Yes, that's all connected to the person that hurt you. There's a realization that you're actually pretty secure on your own, and that you can manage. Like, if you got a piece, it's funny, these particular pentacles, this is like through blood, sweat, and tears. Like, this is you piecemealing some shit together in order to make it work. And it's kind of like this person's biggest nightmare is that you become stable and don't need them. That's their biggest nightmare. And that you healed. Yes. Peace of mind. God. Peace of mind. I don't feel like they can see, yes, you're not brokenhearted. You're not brokenhearted. You're not hurt by the fact that they're not emotionally supportive and that they don't actually fucking show up for you. You're still grounded. It doesn't matter. You've got God and peace of mind. Six of Swords. Their biggest nightmare is the fact that, what did I do with the deck? Their biggest nightmare is the fact that you were able to sustain on your own without them. Yes, this is somebody who, okay, this energy feels like weakened resolve is what I heard. They didn't want you to defend yourself. They didn't want you to defend yourself. They wanted you to give up. But look at you. Look at you. Okay. Now this is an interesting energy. You do have a dark practitioner here. It's the High Priestess, but this is the Magician. It's in the reverse. All in one. I'm like, all in one. Normally in a regular tarot deck, I need to see the Magician and the High Priestess both out there. But we got it all in one. In the reverse, no less. They've been trying to... It's weird. Because this kind of feels like an energy trying to manipulate you, because this is very fixed energy. Even though this is the Chariot, this is fixed. This is a very fixed energy here. It's kind of like somebody wanting you to. So there's no change. There's no change, no evolution. It's kind of like to manipulate you to stay and to be loyal and to just stay. Despite the person, and the person that hurts you, child, whoever this is that hurts you, they're non-committal. They're in and out. They are, and they, oh, and look, it's the Knight of Wands, but it's the Magician riding that horse. So basically, they just spin shit. Oh God. I'm like, this energy kind of, it feels like they run hot and cold. Very manipulative though. And they make it seem like it's, I don't know, it almost feels like you deserve the punishment. They want you to give up. Oh, I love it. There you go, leaning into God. Because whoever this person is, the person that hurt you, They tell lies. They tell lies to confuse you. Listen to God. Listen to God. Here's the thing. You've got something going on that you might be, like I said, you might be keeping it a secret. You might be keeping it a secret. There's a new opportunity here, though. And maybe it's this opportunity that you're keeping secret. It could. I don't know. Like, is it like a new job or something? Could be a new job. Not an entrepreneurial thing. It could be a new job. I'm telling you, lean into your faith. Lean into your faith. Might not be a lot of money. If it's a job, it might not be a lot of money, but it'll be enough. It's a start. Okay? Look at that. I love it. I'm like really happy. These cards are really good. Okay, so you have a new opportunity here. I love the fact that, like I said, that I feel like they've kind of tried to do, whoever this is that you've been connected to, they try to destabilize you in the weirdest ways. But it feels very much like wearing you down. Maybe we wear her down. Maybe we wear the Divine Feminine down. She won't go nowhere. Maybe if we have her scattered and focused on all kinds of shit, she won't notice the other shit that's going on. And if this person's talking shit to you, and this is, you know what this feels like? This feels like having a man. I'm giggling because my daughter is 17 years old and she's like a self-proclaimed misandrist. And of late, the sentences usually start off with, I hate when a man, ... This whole row is like, I hate when a man. This feels very much like a man who you have a masculine in your life who makes you, I don't know, it's like I wish I could describe this better. It's like they want your focus to be everywhere. It's like, let me run around and set a whole bunch of fires, and then I'm gonna watch the Divine Feminine figure this shit out while I watch it burn, while we just let it burn. And so it kind of makes you feel like, it's interesting because I feel like you, whatever you're doing or wherever you are, you want to get away. You may feel like everything around you is on fire. You want to get away. But I'm telling you, just have a little patience because you do have this new opportunity that's right. It's right around you. But remember, you got to in order to take on anything new, you got to let go of some things. Right? And if this person has been filling your head with a bunch of bullshit, it's really only, I don't believe it, number one, but I feel like it's really only, it's a means to like chip away at your self-love. Focus on God and focus on your self-love. And the tower that's out here, this tower ain't for you. This tower is for this person because it's connected to the person that hurt you. it's connected to them because you're choosing. This is a choice, a conscious choice that changes everything. Okay, you won't change. Guess what? I'm about to flip the script and I'm gonna change. You're gonna make a choice. You're gonna make a choice. Because I think this person gives, I want to say they give very, very, and this, that's right. Like I said, this job, like if this is a job opportunity, it will be something that you love. It will be something that you love. It might not make a whole lot of money, but it'll be enough, like you'll have what you need. God will provide the rest. Again, I'm not super religious. I'm not like woo-woo, Jesus freak and all that. I'm not that chick, but I can see it in these cards, like trust in God. Trust in God. Rely on your faith. Yeah, you know what this feels like? Oh, I like. All this feels very orchestrated. It all feels very, very orchestrated. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this whole row right here, there was somebody here trying to manipulate you with lies so that it kind of goes against what it is that you want. Like it for here feels like there's a sense of everything burning down around you, but you're unable to kind of like get out of the fire, right? But it's meant, all of this was meant for you not to take, yeah, it's like they don't want you, because it's twofold. It's like, if I know that the collective is emotionally mature and, you know, like grounded and stable or whatever, if I know that they're grounded like that and they've got their wits about them, they're gonna want to go. They're not gonna want to stay here. They're not gonna want to be here with me. Right? So if I can figure out a way, oh my God, this corner over here, because it's all connected to this, feels very much like this person wanted you to abandon your faith. I don't know who I'm talking to, but this feels very much like they wanted you to abandon your faith. They wanted you to abandon your faith. And they wanted you to stay addicted to, I heard, this toxic love. This ain't love. This ain't love. Everything about it's crazy because I got the devil show. I have two cards out here with the devil's image on the card, and neither one of these cards are the devil. But it's tied to your emotions. Yeah, it's tied. Both of these cards are tied to your emotions and your emotional investment into the relationship. And all of it was really just to destabilize you and keep you under control. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. All right. Let's grab some index cards, because I got some pictures to paint. Normally I would probably knock out like 2 readings. Well, I don't know. Maybe I still got some time. I might do one more. I'm like, I just really want to paint. Alright, I like it. Your spirit team is out here. Children are involved, yours or theirs. Somebody misjudged you. They refuse to change. Somebody has no discipline. Someone says, can you ever forgive me? The truth. Maybe the truth is coming out or being revealed. We have meddling family members. There's a forged signature on a legal document. There's a power struggle. You could be dealing with a control freak. Somebody wants you broke and lonely. A stepbrother may be significant. You have strong boundaries. Somebody could be experiencing anxiety or sleepless nights. Somebody hates that your intuition is on point. Somebody's dealing with uncertainty. Somebody has abusive patterns, again with legal matters or documents. You're better off without them. Someone could be experiencing depression or dark night of the soul, if that's what they wanted for you. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Someone could be dealing with travel restrictions. And Aries may be relevant. An uncle or uncles using children, yours or theirs. Somebody wanted you homeless or alone. Somebody's been working against you to affect your root chakra. God has seen the misdeeds. Somebody here is a gold digger, or someone thinks that you're a gold digger. Somebody's been trying to affect your first house of self-image, how you see yourself and how others see you. You are the alchemist. Someone is a con artist or claim that you're a con artist. Somebody is afraid to be alone. You have a cheating man or woman out here. Someone's afraid of getting caught. Somebody's tried to assassinate your character. You may be going through a spiritual awakening, or someone else is going through a spiritual awakening. Somebody says, I'll do it all over again. Someone's tried to swap destiny or karma. A stepchild may be relevant. Spirit says, go have fun. We like it. All right. Ooh. As a reminder, this portion of the reading, if I call out dates, the dates are of significance if they ring bells. Marriages, weddings, birthdays, the date of somebody's passing, some significant date for you, or somebody that's connected to you. Then there's a special message in this reading that's yours. Family issues, sexual interest, hidden agenda. Pause before acting, let it go. Time apart, shift your focus. Soul journey, time to forgive. Someone is envious. Temptation, alignment, love beginning. Romance is yours. Open your heart. Community. Ask more questions. Lack of passion. 1919. 1515. 333. 111. Relationship improvements. Immature emotions. 1414. If you have a question, the answer is yes. Commitment coming. 2222. Goodbye. 1919. Time. Oh, did I say? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, yeah. Time to forgive, because I was looking up there. Assert yourself. Happy outcome. Energy cleansing. And someone is not hearing you. Bottom of the deck, winter solstice. Okay. We have 777, 1111, 2222, 919, 199, 1919, 1515, 1414, 2222, 333. All right, let's look at the dates. I have January the 3rd out here 3 times. January the 11th, 111. January the 14th. January the 15th. January the 19th is out here twice. January the 20th and the 22nd. Then I have no dates in February, actually, but March, I have March 1st, March 3rd, March 6th. Oh, March 1st, March 3rd, March 4th, March 6th, 7th. March 7th is out here 3 times. March the 9th, 8th, 9th, 14th, 15th. March 15th is out here 3 times. March 19th is out here twice. April 3rd, April 6th, April the 8th. Oh, I have March 25th. I forgot to mention that. I have March 25th. April the 3rd, April the 6th, April the 8th. I have no dates in May. I have June the 3rd, June 4th, June 6th, no, June 7th, June 8th, and June 14th. I have July 3rd out here 3 times. July 6th, July 9th, July 14th, twice, July 19th, July 25th, July 20th, July 22nd. Ooh, I have July 19th out here gang time. July 22nd, July 20th, July 15th. Okay. August the 3rd, August the 4th, August the 6th, August the 11th, August the 15th, September the 3rd, September the 7th, September the 19th. Nothing for October. November the 1st, November the 3rd, November the 8th, November 14th and 15th. November 22nd is out here twice. And no dates in December. Alright. Let's grab some dice. Ooh, this is a long read. If you're still here, thank you so much. Alright. 2nd house. 4th house. Am I missing a dice? I'm like, I only have, am I? Oh, there it is. Let me do it again. It was already in. I'm gonna shuffle that one more time. I'm like, there was a dice missing. All right. So the 10th house, I have that twice. That's your reputation. Traditionally, it's the sign, I believe, 10th house is Capricorn. 12th house, Pisces. So your reputation, your social status, ending, spirituality. Let's see. This is Sagittarius, Virgo, and Aquarius. And then we have Mercury out here twice. And I believe, what is this? This is Venus. So Mercury is out here twice. And then we have Venus. Okay. 10th house, 12th house, Mercury, Venus, Virgo, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, give you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you would like to book a personal, more aligned with your story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. Thank you guys so much for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, and super thanks. I appreciate all of you and appreciate all of those. Yeah, this is definitely a reading about finding one's way back to God, learning how to not give up. Don't give up. You can't give up. Because I kind of feel like the moments when you, and I understand that feeling of defeat and pushing towards something and it just doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. And I get all of that. For me, that was Saturn in Aquarius a couple years back. It was hard. because I was recording videos and nobody was watching them. I couldn't get anybody to watch my channel. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. But it was asking me, it was making me prove to myself and to prove to the divine that that this was what I wanted. This is what I was trying to do. And the thing about it is you have to stay at it. You gotta stay at it. And it literally isn't for nothing. Yes, I know it doesn't feel gratifying to work hard and it doesn't seem to produce any kind of results. But sometimes it's greater later, better prepares you for what you actually want, right? I don't want the small wins. I want the big wins. But I had to work my way up to it. And I still feel like I'm working my way up to it, even though, yeah, the numbers look good or whatever. I'm not comparing myself to other readers, because we all do something different and we do it in a different way. So I don't compare myself to anybody. I am me, and I'm okay with doing what I do and how I do it. And the people who rock with me, and y'all show up religiously. I love it, and I appreciate all of it. None of it goes unnoticed at all. And that's the reason why I interact so heavily, in my comments. I make sure that I go through all of them and I like all of them, even the ones I don't like. I give it a heart just to acknowledge that I see the energy exchange. I see you out there. I join in with the live premieres because I want to participate. I want to talk to y'all, right? I want feedback. I want to know what you need and how we can help as a collective, like get you energetically, mentally, and emotionally over the hump. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.